Let's continue with our lecture on mathematical methods. Today we are continuing with the Cauchy theorems. There are many of them. We will see some of them. More Cauchy's theorem. This is a part of course PH 3103 at ISR Calcutta by Rajesh Nayak. Cauchy's theorem is also called the Cauchy-Gauss theorem. Somehow I find it very hard to pronounce this name together, so I simply say Cauchy's theorem for a multi-connected domain. So we have seen how it works with the simply connected domain. Now we have extended it over to multiply connected domain. Let's see C1, C2, etc. Cn are a simple closed curve with the positive orientation. Our notation is a counterclockwise is a positive direction such that the curves C1, C2, Cn, etc. are interior to the curve C, but the region interior to each of Ck for k is equal to 1 to n have no points in common. That means they are all disjoint with respect to each other, and if f of z is analytical in each contour and at each point interior to C but exterior to all the Ck for k is equal to 1 to n, then we have integral over contour C f of z dz is equal to sum k going 1 to n integral over contour Ck f of z dz. Let's try to draw this concept. It is not so complicated. We have a region here. This is marked by the pink curve, and then let's have some hole in there. Let's say 1, 2, 3, etc. n. So these are the region. These are the holes which you have in your region. You construct a curve C which is going in this region. This should be inside this pink curve, positive direction. So we also construct more curves, that is you call it a C1, this direction. You have a C2 and C3, etc. till Cn. Now idea is that each of these regions are discontinuous. That means the curve C1 has nothing common in C2 and curve C2 has nothing common in any of other Cn, and they are all inside the domain or inside the curve C. And if you have a function f of z which is analytic on all these curves C, C1 to Cn, and it is analytic inside the contour Cn but exterior to all these contour C1, C2, C3, Cn, etc., then integral of the function over the contour C is given as a sum of integral over C1, C2, C3 and Cn, etc. This is simply extension of a single region which we did last time, but you can generally incorporate more region into account, and each patch would give rise to a contour on which you have to do the integration. Let's see how this is useful using an example. So the example is to evaluate integral dz by z square plus 1 over a contour C which is given by the circle mod z is equal to 4. Our contour C is a circle centered around 0 and the radius 4 units. Now let's look at the function f of z which is 1 by z square plus 1. Is it analytical in our domain? That is the first question to be asked. And then by looking at the function, we see that something very fishy happening at z is equal to plus or minus I, and both these points which are not analytic, we can write f of z as 1 by z square plus 1 as a 1 by z plus I and z minus I, and we clearly see that at z is equal to plus or minus I, this function is not analytic. Let's have a look at the region and see how it looks like. You have a contour C mod z is equal to 4 centered around 0. Then you have 2 points where function is not analytic, that is z0 is equal to I and z1 is equal to minus I. Now we take a simple contour around z0 with some radius which is should be less than 1 so that it doesn't overlap with the region formed by the contour around z1. So we form this contour C1 and C2. These two contour completely covers the points which are non-analytic, and we have the region which is outside, exterior to C1 and C2 and interior to C, where the function is completely analytic, and we are to evaluate the contour integral over the contour C. Then we know from the earlier theorem that corresponds to the sum of contour integral over the function in contour C1 and C2. So we go ahead, before doing that we rewrite the function in terms of a partial fraction. We write f of z as 1 by 2i into 1 by z minus I minus 1 by 2i into 1 by z plus I. This is to separate two term as a positive term so that we can integrate them separately. If they are product, then we cannot do this in a straightforward fashion. In order to have them to additive, we write it as a partial fraction in the following manner, and then integrate them. We have a contour integral dz by z square plus 1 over the contour given mod z is equal to 4, and then which simply can be written as a 1 by 2i contour integral of 1 by z minus I minus 1 by z plus I dz. So this should be dz. This seems to be one of the common problem coming in these lectures. Now let's take the contour around z is equal to I, that is C1. We can take mod z to be a0, some value a0 smaller than 1, and then we take contour C2 around minus I with the mod z is also a0. They have a same radius but centered around plus or minus I. Now we integrate this. We have again integration is divided into two parts. First part is over the contour C1 and the second part is integration over contour C2. So in the first part we have two terms, one around z is equal to plus I and another about z is equal to minus I. Now we could further split them into each term. So the first one is coming from this term and the second term is coming from this term, and now carefully look at the term 1 by z plus I in the contour C1. This is analytic in the contour C1, and the integration over this function on that contour is going to give the value of 0 because the function is analytic. Now let's look at the another term which is 1 by z minus I integrated over the contour C. This is also going to be 0 because this function is analytic in that region, and Cauchy's earlier theorem says that this integral should be 0. So we have left with the two terms, and that we need to integrate. So these two terms are what we need to further evaluate and see. So we have done this calculation earlier, so it comes many times. We know that how it can be done using a circle, and it does not matter unit circle or some other radius. Radius part cancel out from the numerator and denominator. It gives a value of 2 pi I, and then we have this 2i which is divided. Same way we can compute the contour integral with the similar techniques, and then you would also end up with the result 2 pi I. Now we see that the total integral sum of these two is 0. So that means the integral of the function dz by z square plus 1 over the integral mod z is equal to 4 is 0. So this is the result we get using the Cauchy's theorem. Let's go ahead. We have one more Cauchy's integral formula. As I already told, there are plenty of them, but when we refer them, we could in general say that the Cauchy's theorem, and it would mean one of these theorems. Let f of z be analytic in a simply connected domain D, and C is any simple closed contour lying entirely within D. Then for any point z0 within C, we have f of z0 is equal to 1 by 2 pi I integral over the contour C f of z by z minus z0 dz. So this is a very useful theorem. Let's look at the proof. Let D be a simply connected domain and C is a simple closed curve in D. Let Z0 be any interior point inside C. So let's draw this. We have a contour C inside which the function f of z is analytic, and we are taking the orientation to be counterclockwise, or that is our positive direction. We have a point z0 inside this region. We construct a circular contour around z is equal to z0 with the radius a, such that the contour C1 is always inside contour C, so that no point it leaves the contour C. And then we can use earlier Cauchy's theorem to evaluate the integral. Let's write this as integral over contour C f of z by z minus z0 dz, done as a integral over contour C1 f of z divided by z minus z0. This is simply applying the earlier Cauchy's theorem. All now we have to do is integrate the function f of z by z minus z0 over the circle C1. Let's integrate this and see what we get. So we are going to integrate the function f of z by z minus z0 over the circular contour C1. The contour is entirely inside the contour C. Now first step is to rewrite the equation of the so this is one of my favorite step. I call it a do nothing step. You simply add f of z and minus f of z0 such that you add a 0 to it, which is basically doing nothing. But we have two terms which are added, f of z0 minus f of z0 and f of z divided by z minus z0. Now we factor out the first term and then write it as a completely separate, and then we have a second term which we write here. So what we get now is that f of z0 contour integral over C1 1 by z minus z0 dz plus integral over contour C1 f of z minus f of z0 divided by z minus z0 dz. Again, we know this function here which we have done earlier. So we know that the result here of this would be simply 2 pi I. Now carefully look at this function. Say that this function is f of z prime. Now we have already said that both f of z and f of z prime are smooth functions here. So this is the integral of f prime z dz over the contour C1. Then we simply say that that is 0. So we left with only this integral which is giving 2 pi I. Finally, we have a integral over contour C f of z by z minus z0 dz is equal to integral over contour C1 f of z divided by z minus z0 dz is equal to 2 pi I into f of z0. That is the what is Cauchy's theorem. To reduce and finally we can write f of z0 as 1 by 2 pi I integral over a closed contour f of z by z minus z0 dz. Let's try a simple example to see how this is useful. We have to evaluate an integral over a closed contour z square minus 4z plus 4 divided by z plus I dz over a closed circular contour mod z is equal to 2. So this is a circle with the radius 2. Now we can identify the function z square minus 4z plus 4 as f of z, which is analytic in the inside the contour C. But in the denominator, we have a z minus z naught, that is z naught is a minus I, is also inside the contour C. Now we can use the Cauchy's theorem and evaluate the integral, because we know that the value of integral divided by 2 pi is equal to f naught. Let us evaluate the function f of z naught, where z is equal to minus I, then multiply it by 2 pi I, we get the value of this integral. So we have a 2 pi I into the value of the function, which is 3 plus 4 I, and resulting in the value of 2 pi into minus 4 plus 3i. So the value of this integral over the contour mod z is equal to 2 is equal to 2 pi into minus 4 plus 3i. So this is how it is useful, not just to evaluate the value of the function, it is useful to evaluate the integral, because we can easily compute the value of the function at any point. Let's take the next example. Evaluate the integral over a closed contour C, z by z square plus 9 dz. The contour here is a circle z minus 2i is equal to 4. That means that it is a circle of radius 4 centered around plus 2i. We write the denominator z square plus 9 as a z minus 3i and z plus 3i. So we see that there are 2 points at which the function is not analytic. That is at z is equal to plus or minus 3i. Let's have a look at this on the complex plane. We have point minus 3i and plus 3i where the function is not analytic. Then we have a contour z minus 2i is equal to 4. We clearly see that the only one point, that is z is equal to plus 3i, is inside the contour, and z is equal to minus 3i is outside, and we do not have to worry about it, because we have seen that what is inside the contour only matters. Now we can write this integral as integral over a contour C, z by z square plus 9 dz is equal to z by z plus 3i divided by z minus 3i. Now we use this Cauchy's theorem around this circle and around z is equal to plus 3i, use it to evaluate the function. Evaluate the function f of z is equal to z plus 3i, which is completely analytic inside the contour, because z is equal to minus 3i is not inside the contour, and then we simply evaluate the function and then multiply it by 2 pi I would give us the value of the integral. F of z naught is what we have to calculate, that is f of 3i. When you substitute 3i, you have a 3i in the numerator and 6i in the denominator, and altogether 2 remaining, and that leaves us the value pi into I. So integral of the function z by z square plus 9 dz over the contour z minus 2i is equal to 4 is simply pi times I. So this is how you can use the Cauchy's theorems to evaluate the integral